No,
Speaking of done right.
and lime juice.
Yeah, maybe.
But damn, it changed colors.
Yeah.
If you would like to support this place and keep the air conditioner running, I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but our little air conditioner, the hamsters are about to pass out from the exertion.
Yeah.
Send money here to keep the air conditioner going because it's 104 degrees out there. I don't know if anybody knows, but we recently had a coffee-based anthology in association with these guys, King Harv's. You should buy it. Also, if you like coffee, contact King Harvest at this address right here.
Get your finger on the right side.
Yeah, right side. Let him know you heard about it here, so he'll send us more coffee because I'm running out. Smart ass t-shirts. tinyurl.com.
Good morning again.
tinyurl.com. Among the Leaves tees.
Talk much lately?
It's been a rough morning.
Not enough coffee.
Well,
What is this enough coffee?
well, that's the thing of it. I think. I haven't. I
Oh,
don't.
here comes the accent.
Fuck already.
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those days.
I have a bit of an issue. I get twitchy when people mix dairy and seafood.
Yeah.
And Rita tells me that it's a throwback to Italy. That the Italians are not fond of. They have this thing, no dairy and seafood, even though they sneak it in there every now and then.
Yeah.
So I was feeling a little peckish this morning. I was feeling kind of weird, and I will eat. Rita makes some seafood dishes with dairy that are actually pretty good, but I just get a little twitchy about it. I don't know why. So I got up this morning, fixed myself some coffee with the evaporated milk in it, and then ate a slice of cheese or a snack thing of cheese, and was still feeling kind of peckish. So, clam chowder. I eat the Manhattan style. So I, not even thinking, opened a can of sardines and ate sardines on top of the evaporated milk and the cheese.
Ooh.
And I've been mildly nauseous ever since. So
I would be too.
Yeah.
Not because I have any problem with cheese and seafood.
it's weird. It's weird the food things we get.
Yeah.
The
Sardines on crackers, yes.
well, no, it's not that. It's like the no dairy and seafood. There's no actual reason for that. It's just
Yeah.
I picked it up somewhere, and like Rita said, probably Italy.
Yeah.
And then
But yet, carbonaras, Alfredo sauces.
Rita says the Italians, they're the ones that she said that's where I got it from. Is the Italians don't like dairy and seafood, but then they sneak dairy into their seafood. And then courtesy of my dad, I don't like when I'm doing gumbos.
Yeah.
Or I don't like mixing land and sea. If I do a crawfish or a shrimp gumbo, I don't put chicken in there.
You don't like surf and turf?
Not particularly. Not when I'm doing Cajun stuff. I don't. I either do chicken and sausage. And sausage, for some reason, sausage doesn't count. This is not logical. It simply is.
It's Cajun.
I will mix. Seafood
Sausage goes with everything.
And seafood and sausage. Andouille goes with pretty much everything. But I will mix. I will do a gumbo with shrimp and sausage.
Yeah.
Or I'll do a gumbo with chicken and sausage. But I don't do chicken and shrimp gumbo.
Yeah.
I'll eat it. I just won't. I don't. It's something doesn't want me to do it.
Yeah.
Cheese and fish are generally a bad idea. Thank you, Cedar. I got here and was feeling ooky, and Jonna said, grab some crackers. So I've got a Pepsi and some. I was eating a cracker when Jim took the thumbnail. I'm feeling a lot better.
Yeah, the Celtic voice has been showing since the start.
Oh, shit.
Drawn butter has no dairy left in it. Yeah. Depends on your point of view.
Well, and again, like I said, Jim makes a shrimp and cheese grits that I will eat thirds and fourths of and come back for fifths. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to make sense.
Well, anybody that would eat sardines will eat anything.
Yeah.
What's wrong with sardines?
Besides the flavor and the texture.
Sardines are not bad. Sardines have kept a lot of people alive.
I didn't say I haven't eaten.
Yeah, shrimp Alfredo is another one.
I don't eat shrimp Alfredo at all.
Okay.
So sit next Saturday night, shrimp Alfredo.
And
I fixed it before and he ate it before.
it wasn't shrimp Alfredo. It was something else.
Sure.
So anyway, what's new with you?
Well, the Navy is digging itself a deeper hole.
What have they done this time?
Is this called Marianas Trench, right?
Yeah. Oh, they're down past that already. Navy shipbuilding. Frankly, the Navy continues to fuck it up. They did not learn with the Zumwalt. So the frigates, the FFX that they're building, they've gone in and made major design changes
Oh, bloody hell.
in the process of construction.
Wait a minute. Started to build and then decided to make major changes?
Yes,
Changed the blueprints halfway through, did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
they still do not have a final design. The ship that was supposed to be out this year now may be out in 29.
if they have enough balloons to keep it afloat.
Yeah. And the question is how far over budget they are. The other problem is shipyards. You've basically got Bath, you've got Fincantieri up in the lakes. You've got the shipyards, Huntington Ingalls down in Mississippi, and Northrop Grumman in basically Norfolk area, and that's it.
I thought New Orleans had a shipyard.
Had.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
There is no shipyard on the West Coast that builds Navy ships. There is one shipyard, and that's EB that builds submarines. And that's in Norfolk. There's one shipyard, Northrop Grumman, that builds carriers. That's it.
That kind of ties into something that came across my email yesterday. Apparently, the Coast Guard has either 2 or 3 icebreakers,
Yes.
1 heavy and 2 medium, if
Yep.
I read that right. And one of them is Paws Up.
Polar Star.
Apparently, it's Paws Up, and
Polar Star is 50 years old.
they apparently don't have the icebreakers that the U.S. needs right now to perform Arctic operations.
Nope. The construction budget for the new one got sucked up by Homeland.
Oh,
Who they now work
noes.
for.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, and Rick says the Coasties don't have. Apparently, they have.
They're short of bodies too.
They're 10% short of bodies, and they're having to shut down cutters.
Yeah.
That's not good.
More than 10%. Yeah, Kermit.
I should have joined the Coast Guard back in '85.
Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty much boned, and that's not counting the 20 plus years of unfulfilled maintenance contracts.
Which is apparently what hosed that icebreaker.
Yeah.
Was they couldn't keep up with maintenance.
Yeah.
And it just went.
It's
just went,
frustration.
bugger you, and went Paws Up.
Where are you going to put the money? You're going to put the money to pay the people you have? I know we talked about this years ago when I was wandering through coming back from overseas. $50-100 million a year in unfulfilled maintenance requirements. And that was just in Westpac. It was not counting the Atlantic Fleet or anybody else. And when you get the upgrades ships are built differently than anything else. You have flights, what are called flights of ships. So a flight one, for example, may have equipment XYZ.
Mhm.
Flight two may have X and Y, but no Z.
But these flights are variations in the same
Variations in
class.
the same class.
Gotcha.
When it comes time to upgrade those ships, now you have an issue of what gets upgraded on what flight. Because if your ship does not have any Z, then you don't need to upgrade Z.
Unless you upgrade to put Z in.
Yes, and that's where the problem comes in. Oh, we now need that requirement on that ship. One ship, which I will not name, had to reballast 18 tons to get the ship back in ballast
Wow.
after the upgrade. Flight one, yeah, LA class. I wasn't going to get into that, but since Rick brought it up, Flight one LA's had a mechanical fire control and no ability to go under the ice. That was not public knowledge because Nautilus has gone under the ice, so everybody thought every submarine could go under the ice. It's a casserole, but with sardines, delicious. Yeah, I used to use kippers for that
Anchovies.
until my daughters threw a hissy fit.
Lieutenant Colonel Hackworth was an arrogant ass, but
Yes, he was.
He was right about some things. He wasn't as right as he thought he was, but he was right about some things. And one of the things he was right about was Perfume Princess that were getting flag rank.
Yeah.
In all services. And this started in the 80s.
Yeah.
And we wound up with this bunch of basically satraps, Perfume Princes at the five-sided puzzle palace that are more concerned with, I won't say lining their own nests, but looking good.
Well, it's all about power.
It's politics. Internal politics.
They're
Power and politics.
they're not military anymore. They're politicians, and that's not good for a
Flag
military.
rank has always been politicians.
Not always. It's tended that way, but it didn't always used to be.
Well, one example that I can give, because I knew the admiral personally, Admiral Moran was vice chief, was supposed to fleet up to CNO. And because he had stood up for one of his troops when he was a one-star, that came back to bite him.
Mm.
So he said, fine, I'll retire. And everybody went, huh? He had enough principle to say, no, I stood up for my troop. That's what I should have done. And I'm not going to second guess now X number of years later, regardless of what you bring up.
I'm not happy with the trend towards holding stuff that happened years ago, holding it against the people. Something that happened 10 years ago should be off limits for.
It depends. Murder 10 years ago?
But you should
Well,
still be in prison for that. But
promotion cycles.
Mm-hmm.
Twin brothers. Both of them Naval Academy grads. Both of them were wing commanders. And I knew both of them. And I'd known them since they were lieutenant commanders, all the way up to 06. When they both went up for 07 Admiral, they had to go back to the Naval Academy to find where one brother had more demerits than the other brother
To decide which one got the promotion?
to decide which one got the promotion first. Both of them ended up retiring as 3-stars.
when I was in, a counsel statement came out of your file after 6 months. If you got counseled,
Yeah.
and I counseled a lot of soldiers, but it came out of their file in 6 months, and there was no copies kept, and it came out, went to the shredder.
Yeah.
And counseling statements after 6 months were not held against a troop.
Yeah.
Just because you were stupid enough to get your counseling statement does not mean that 5 years from now that counseling statement needs to be held against you.
Yeah.
And apparently it is, and that's really annoying me.
Yeah, well, and we live in a country where someone's vague memories of having been at a party with a candidate for judge is, and
That may or may not have even been a real memory.
yes,
I love the meme about that. So I don't know who's being nominated for a judge, but he touched me inappropriately when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love being semi-sarcastic people.
Yeah, Dan Gallery was an interesting admiral. We've had some interesting ones.
well, all the big ones from World War II were interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, if by today's standards, Nimitz would have never made admiral. He'd have never made.
No.
Neither was
Commander.
Halsey or any of the others.
After
Yeah.
that, what was it Nimitz that had the problems with the storms?
No, that was Halsey.
Halsey?
But Nimitz ran a boat aground as a lieutenant or ensign or lieutenant.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do
Yeah.
as an ensign. You're supposed to make the boneheaded shit.
Yeah.
As number one, you're supposed to make the mistakes, and then you're supposed to get chewed out by your E6.
Yeah.
And then drive on. It's a learning curve. You have to. It's like all the privates.
Well,
It's a learning curve.
Yeah.
There's a way not to make any mistakes. Don't do anything.
Yeah.
Which is how you
Well,
get promoted today.
And Mike talks about had to fight to get kids meritoriously promoted because they had an NJP in Moss School. Yeah. That shit never goes away. I mean, I'm amazed I got commissioned because although it was removed from my record, the fact that I hit an officer as an enlisted man.
That's a lot more common than people think.
There were a lot of my when I was in my driver later. My driver later became a gunner.
Yeah.
And he was a damn fine gunner. He was a fucked up. As a driver, he was fucked up like a soup sandwich. And I finally, I was standing up in the hatch, and we were hauling ass somewhere. I'm up the hatch doing the whole bright-eyed and bushy-tailed bullshit. And he hit Cowhouse Creek Bridge at about 35 miles an hour. I'm sorry. He hit the stream at Cowhouse Creek Bridge. I'm in the turret of a Bradley looking up at a wave of water. And we got done. We dropped the hatch and drained all the water out of the track.
Yeah.
And started drying everything.
Glub, I'm a sub.
Glub, I'm a sub. And I bounced him off of 3 trees and a rock.
Yeah.
We had a discussion about that, and I did. I had him pushed. I got tired, and then I got him by the stacking swivel and bounced him off a couple of trees. And after, and it was done.
Yeah.
One, he never hit a body of water at 35 miles an hour again, which, thank you. But it never went on his record.
Yeah.
And then he was a damn fine gunner. He was a damn fine gunner.
Yeah.
I saw a video about the most wonderful piece of equipment the Army ever had.
Yeah.
It was called the Gamma Goat.
Oh, bugger that for a lot.
Thank you.
No.
Seriously, this article was all about how wonderful the Gamma Goat was and all the things it could. And I'm sitting there going, no, I know too many people who drowned trying to drive those things.
That was written by somebody that's never actually driven a Gamma Goat. Those things were trash.
Mm-hmm.
Robert, go look up Gamma Goat on the internet.
Look, if you're allergic to profanity, don't look it up.
The Gamma Goat. It was that little bastard. It was being run out when I got in, but I still had to drive a couple of them.
And they supposedly would swim.
Horse.
I never saw one cross a body of water bigger than 3 inches deep and 2 feet wide.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen it, but they went across the bottom.
Yeah.
They didn't float worth a damn. And they allegedly had propellers that were turning at the same time the tires were turning. Be going down the road and you'd have and the damn thing had this weird one-way pivot. It would pivot on one axis, and I forget which, because I've tried to block all memories of Gamma Goat. Thank you, Sanford. I appreciate that.
I had to suffer. You got to suffer.
There was the center pivot between the driver engine compartment and the loading, either only pivoted left right or only pivoted up down. I forget which.
Only up down.
Only up down. Okay. And you had to wear hearing protection to drive the damn thing because the engine was right behind you.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, somebody's good idea that should have remained a good idea.
I will say there was one good thing about Gamma Goats. They had a canvas top that you could just pop loose. So when it sank, you could get out of it fairly easily.
No.
I don't know that any put the top on it. I don't know that the brief times I saw it.
For inspections.
Oh.
And they were inspected before we swam them.
No.
In Germany in winter.
No.
I said on the
Yeah, Robert, it's a weird design, yes.
That's the nicest thing I can say about it.
That was proof positive. The Army was more dangerous than soldiers than the enemy was a fucking Gamma Goat. I hated that damn thing.
I don't know. I always thought the pinnacle of the Army's more dangerous to the soldiers than the enemy was the Davy Crockett.
Yeah. Well, that's a fine point. That's a damn fine point.
Yeah.
When you have something with a kill radius that's greater than the
throw range,
that's
yeah. But supposedly you could duck into your foxhole and be all safe and everything.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's like supposedly you could let the tank roll over you and whip it on the bottom of it.
Yeah. The museum in Albuquerque has a rather interesting display of a Davy Crockett.
Really?
Yeah.
For those of you who do not know, the Davy Crockett was a short-range nuclear missile designed to be fired by 3 soldiers.
It was a mortar.
Short-range nuclear thing dummy. And woo!
When they say short-ranged, the blast area was like 3 kilometers and the range was like 2
or something. I forget. I just know that the "you gonna die now" radius was bigger than the launch radius.
Looks like an RPG full of sunshine.
It was exactly what it was.
I never had the privilege of manning one of those, and for which I was always thankful. I did know people who were assigned to that job.
Yeah. Ooh, RK, I never heard of that. Had to ban a troop from coming back to complain. A chaplain had to ban a troop from coming back to complain. Apparently, the kid was complaining so regularly.
Speaking of chaplains,
yeah.
Speaking of chaplains, is anybody on here from Minnesota?
I don't think so.
Minnesota is one of those places that has a certain reputation for being polite.
Yeah.
Canadians often say that Minnesotans are more polite than they need to be. That being said, the Minnesota chaplain from Tim Walz's unit, the chaplain from Minnesota, dragged him something fierce.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Along with his CO.
Well, I expected. Well,
battalion commander and 2 CSMs, yeah.
Does anybody realize that in the Dragon by the CO, he refers to him as Mr. Walls?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Those are little things that stick out. That's ouch. You got called Mr. Walls by his CO.
Yeah.
Speaking of chaplains, I saw the title of an article today. Also, was the clickbait picture with apparently a Swedish bishop wants to remove all the crosses from the cathedrals and put up Muslim directions to Mecca.
I'm not sure that's Sweden. I think that's in England.
This one said Swedish.
Swedish, English, Finland's, pick one.
And I was wondering whether anybody knows whether that's true or not. I mean, I saw just the headline, and it doesn't sound realistic to me.
That's the trouble of it. We don't know.
Yeah.
They're so cuckoo over there that could very well be actually.
Started calling Walt Fraudy Murphy. Oh, ow.
Oh,
Have you ever seen the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas?
Yeah.
You know the scene where the governor's doing the two-step,
Yeah.
where he's avoiding all the questions? I think we should rename that to the Harris Waltz.
no kidding. No kidding.
Oh.
Woo.
Oh.
Woo. Oh. Yeah. And like I said, the terrible thing is that they're so batshit nuts over there that could be. I mean, I could go either way.
Yeah.
Everybody does realize that the Europeans have the fastest zero jackboot time in world history, right?
Yeah.
Just gonna throw it out there.
Oh, speaking of jackboots to other ways, one follow-up to the Olympic controversy over the medal, bronze medal for Childs. The Romanians, after everything was overturned, have said, give them both a medal.
Damn decent of them.
Yeah, which is damn decent of them.
Damn decent. Do it.
Because
Fixes that problem right off the bat.
A, the protest was actually made in time. B, the protest was correct. C, the Olympics did not use the standard judging facilities that the gymnastics organizations around the world use.
That seems to be the
Yeah.
seems to be a pattern with the Paris Olympics. I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
Oh, and the bronze medals are among others, are falling apart.
It hasn't been over with that long.
No,
Well, for fuck's sake.
but apparently the medals are tarnishing badly. And
Like the Olympic reputation?
some of the bronze is actually apparently flaking off some of the medals. So the Olympic Committee is getting with the Paris Mint to recondition any medals.
It hasn't been over with for a week yet.
Yeah, I
And
know.
they're already okay. Okay. I'm supposing the bronze medals just are resembling the Seine in which the Olympic swimmers swam, dodging floating lumps of
Who?
poo. That's good.
Yeah, Jesse. It's no wonder the Chinese keep winning all the diving medals. They do not make a splash when they go in the water.
No kidding. That was woo.
Nobody has been able to duplicate that.
They're so tiny anyway.
But that's all they do is dive. I mean, the one guy screwed up a dive. He actually splashed. So he fell like 5 places down the standings. And it was like, okay, let me see here. Okay, hardest dives in the world. Okay, we'll do that one, and that one. That's what he did on his next 3 dives. The average Olympic diver was getting 72 to 75. His next 3 dives scored over 90 apiece.
Oh wow.
And he ended up getting the silver medal. That's all they do. And they're so tiny, and they have figured out some way to get a big enough hole in the water that they can fit their entire body through.
Have you seen the size of them?
Yeah.
Of course they can. Like this, and they're that big around, and
Yeah.
of course they can. Kenton, never contract Al Nassar to provide your awards and medals. That ain't no lie. Somebody upstream said something about the asking me about the London Metro Police Commissioner. And for those of you who do not know, that is the gentleman in England who announced, quite seriously, that England, the Great Britain, would extradite anybody in America who was violating their idiot speech laws.
Yeah.
Eat a bag of dicks.
Well, if Harris and Waltz get in, I wouldn't be surprised to see them go along with it.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Biden or whoever's running his animatron,
Animatronics, yeah.
animatronics to go along with it now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything other than animatronics at this point.
To cure processing, yeah.
Policing, no kidding. There's the thing on it though. You can't do that. Nice try though. You can't do it. And so YouTube officially, formerly Great Britain, is a third world shithole, being run by police who are terrified of immigrants, and the riots are completely understandable and need to happen more often. So, Zippy, have at.
Yeah. Yeah. The sad part is the number of girls that are being abused and boys.
Oh, that's been going on for decades.
Yeah.
And not only has it been going on for decades, but it was going on for decades with the police knowing it.
Yeah.
That is.
And they didn't want to do anything because that would have upset a certain segment of the British political realm.
That is such a violation of their oaths of office.
Yeah.
You say that as if an oath of office meant something.
It does mean something. It should.
Over here, not over there.
I'm not sure it means anything over here.
Well, it does to me.
Oh, Elon's response to the Euro commissar. Yeah.
No kidding.
And Elon's interview of Trump last night on X.
Well, apparently there was a massive DDoS and only about 1 million people got to watch it.
Yeah.
I
I didn't hear what she said.
Jana said that 80 million saw it this morning.
Yeah. So it will be interesting to see what, if any, response comes out of Harris and Waltz, since they still aren't talking to the media.
And they'll have to talk to the media first.
A request for money and the fact that it was completely unhinged ranting, and all the NBC press are doing the same headlines this morning. So
Legacy Media got their talking points and pre-made headlines.
Oh.
So
Okay.
it's just the thing of it. There's
Uh,
for those of you who troll the senior sides of the internet, there's a famous picture from a porn star. It's a little bitty blonde girl sitting on a couch with a whole bunch of ethnic males behind her, and it was the ad for a porn shot she did. Somebody found that, and they put it up next to a picture of the police commissioner making this idiot announcement. By the way, the English riots are perfectly legitimate, should happen more often. Eat a bag of dicks. Anyway, put a picture up when he given this announcement surrounded by all these imams.
Yeah.
And contrasted the two. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Piper Perry. Yep.
I have no idea who she is.
Jesse, is there something you want to tell us? Jesse says, the fuck, I am getting Facebook ads for Ilhan Omar.
I've been getting Facebook ads for Kamala Harris, and I keep clicking no, do not want to see, and they don't listen.
Yeah.
They pop right back up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they have to do something to prove that that's why they won when they get 80 million votes more than we have voters.
I love the fact that everybody on the squad who's been running has lost so far in primaries.
Yeah. Reported as misleading and a scam. Oh, that's a good idea, Dan.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Must be re-educated. Bite me. I've lived in countries where re-education went on. eat a bag of dicks.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, YouTube, the English riots were justified. Need to happen more often.
Yeah.
Iowa Park, Texas. Not have at.
You're gonna get us thrown off this too.
Eh,
There's always rumble.
we had a good run.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the English police to show up.
In Texas,
Yup.
they don't carry guns. They know better than to show up in Texas.
Then they might want to go get themselves some guns.
Some of them do carry guns these days. Not many.
Yeah, but they're all Muslims.
I'm in Iowa Park, Texas. I think your counter free speech laws are bullshit. I think the riots are completely justified. I think you're hip deep in immigrants that are changing your culture that need to be thrown out. And here I am.
Yeah.
You're gonna enforce your idiot laws. Here I am.
Well, okay, you really can't blame them. The last man in England died about 20 years ago when Margaret Thatcher died.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Stop or I shall say stop again. Yeah.
Yep. I'm just no.
Yeah.
Nope. Here I am. I'm easy to find. I run a small, apparently very famous publishing house. Not sure how that happened, but I would like to thank the Dragon Awards for catapulting Goblin Market back up the sales rankings. And also, I would like to point out to anybody from Dragon currently watching this, there was no AI involved in this, so you won't get AI ick all over your hands. I'm in a mood today. Why am I in a mood?
I
Probably
don't
because I got
know, but that accent is just so cute.
oh, bugger. Probably because I got 2.5 hours sleep last night.
Padre says, just got a One American News headline. Elon and President Trump temporarily break the internet. Yeah, they did.
Not the first time.
The denial of service attack was
A massive DDoS.
massive, yes.
Against Twitter,
Yeah.
which is wow.
Yes, Coffee Adventures finally got the orange tag.
Yes, he did.
I have a story in that one.
He does. Did you sign your contracts?
Huh?
Did you sign your contracts for big ones?
Yeah,
Okay. Because they were here yesterday. I was like, what the hell?
I was waiting for your signature.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know where you live.
We'll get one of the puppet masters to sign it anyhow.
Yeah. We'll get AI to sign it.
Yeah.
That way Dragon can really get creeped out. Yes, I'm still crispy about that. I'm really crispy about that. Not the fact that Dragon can do anything they please, knock yourselves out. They were dicks about the way they did it. And
Yeah.
I'm crispy.
Mona Lisa's had a couple of good posts up on her Substack about AI and the panel at LibertyCon about AI
Really?
that the lawyer gave. So if you want some more information about AI, go look at Mona Lisa Foster's Substack. Well worth the time.
I'm just wondering how many people. Dragon Awards were supposedly to get away from the Worldcon's little clique.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how many people from Worldcon have worked their way into Dragon.
I'm not sure that's a thing. Again, John Ringo's in there and Devin Erickson. If you don't know Devin, you should follow him on Twitter. He's somewhere between John Ringo and Tom Kratman, and
Yeah.
Kratman's also up for a Dragon. So Thump and Cedar, there's bigger, easier targets than Cedar. I'm not sure that's the issue. I think they just had a brain fart, and they fucked up, and then they fucked up fixing the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, however it happened, we're selling books, so that's the main thing.
Getting the Benji Award.
Because the
Yep, Benji.
awards don't sell books.
No, but getting bounced from one sure does.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
My goodness, our sales have been fabulous. It's
Yeah.
like, can we get us? We want them to bounce us next year too.
Yeah.
So nominate us so we can get thrown out again.
I actually have a proposal for the Dragon
Yeah, but
Awards.
don't get us sued. So
I have a proposal. Just throwing this out there. What the Dragons and this is simply just me spitballing. It's a creative articulation. next year, when just before you send out the nominations, you might want to, Dragon, you might want to contact the authors and say, hey, for a small fee of, say, $500, we will have another oopsie with your nominations so you can sell more books than you would have if you got nominated. Send us 500, we'll fuck up the nomination. You make the, every win-win for everybody. Just gonna, it's an option, guys.
Oh. Yeah, one of Devin's wives always chimes in to boost his books. Yeah. Jesse, that's a good point. Waltz's take on the COVID was having cops go around with paintballs and shoot people sitting on their own porches because they were outside without permission.
I'm wondering what sort of background check that the Harris campaign did on this schmuck.
My personal opinion, for what it's worth, which is zero, they have figured they've lost the election. So they're pandering to the far left to try to salvage the down ballot votes.
You think?
That's what I think.
Yes.
I still am going to be shocked if she doesn't win by 80 million votes.
It's a good a theory as any, I suppose. Yeah, well, we publish the rules again. Yeah, they screwed it up.
Yeah,
they porked the puppy big time. But I'm not thinking it was out of malice. I'm thinking cock up before conspiracy. There was
definitely malice.
They're incompetent
because of the individual who reported Cedar.
The way that was phrased, it could go either way. I
think it was definitely malice.
Now, the question is, was it against Cedar or was it against AI? And when I say that, Cedar's been open about using AI.
Well, we've been proud of it.
We've hashed this one out.
It's the only way. The only way that we can get an anthology out every 2 weeks is using AI art because there's you can't
both and
you can't ask an artist to turn out a cover every 2 weeks using standard oil and.
Well, you can. It's not going to get anything out good.
Yeah.
Well,
Greg, that may be a point too. Didn't think Waltz's military background would make any difference to their base and would lure some independents. Yeah, that's a possibility.
With the Dragon stuff, really, it's not political at all, except the fact that unfortunately, Dragon Con, which did a good job of dodging the woke folks, now has a bunch of Luddites running around curating their vendors room and their art show and everything, demanding no AI. So they've got a real problem going on that they're going to have to fix and adjust because they're completely in the grips of people who are rabid about it, who don't really understand it. So they're going to have to fix that, or they're going to be, everything. It's just going to escalate until they fix it. So,
and 2 years ago, they had the problem with the fantasy track.
Yeah. And they've managed, like I said, to control all that crap. So they're going to have to get a hold of this one. So I don't envy them their position.
And they did away with the Military Science Fiction Board.
Yeah, and the awards committee is completely separate from the administration of the convention. It's a much smaller group of people, and they're very insular, and it's all volunteer run.
Yeah.
So of course,
that never causes a problem.
Does that cause a problem ever? So it's not as clear and clean as it used to be at the beginning. So
I said
so it's okay. We'll take being thrown out.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Oh yeah. No.
So,
and I'm going to mock the hell out of them because mocking people. One, I'm the guy that published 4 books mocking one jackass because he pissed me off. Spurgle. So I'm not saying SpurgleCon is a thing for the future, but I'm not saying it isn't either.
We learned a long time ago, 1-star reviews sell books.
Oh, yeah. And I'm here to tell you, getting thrown off the Dragon Awards sells books.
Yeah. Yeah, don't throw in that briar patch.
So, and I'm going to mock them because I'm good at it and sells books. And
we're not to Larry's level of mockery, but
I wouldn't. I'd not go that far. I'd not go that far.
He's in a class by himself.
I think Ian's saying challenge accepted.
he's going to have to go some to get to Larry's level.
As mockery.
Yeah.
As for full out invective,
Yeah.
But for making it look like an idiot, I've got 20 years experience over Larry on that.
Yeah.
I have made so many people look like fools.
Yeah, Sean, that's a good point. Between what happened to Cedar and what happened to Ben, organized fandom is, the same bunch.
Well, it is. It's the great sorting in more ways than one. And people don't.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
What?
JDA again?
Oh, Rice-A-Roni was in his desperate tries at Senpai, notice me.
He didn't die yet.
Okay, so this is funny.
Uh-oh,
Good God.
Sean is giggling.
Shauna's got a funny thing.
Right. So somebody inadvertently posted Rice Boy's video on Monster Hunter, to which Larry was like, "Get this the hell off my site." So it was up for like 20 minutes. So we got booted, but not before somebody got him a screenshot. So Rice Boy was over on Twitter complaining, "Oh my God, I got thrown off. And I got 20,000 eyes on this book and stuff, and I'm not getting any thanks for it." And my response to that, and I haven't posted it because I'm not going to provoke the boy. So we can see how many hits we get on our Substack,
Yeah.
and he referred to our Substack. We got like 13,000 hits from Instapundit from one little tiny post. How many did we get from Rice Boy's little site?
0.
11.
Oh.
11 whole hits of the 20,000 he says he gave us.
Hell, even my little blog does better than that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what was hilarious?
Honestly, I saw one of my friends is a member of the JDA group, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And he asked, which is your favorite book or comic by JDA?
Yeah.
And my immediate reaction, and I didn't want to say anything bad about the man in his own group, was he actually wrote something. I thought he was simply a somebody looking for publicity.
Yeah.
I just
By tradition, Spurgle should be wooden asterisk. Oh.
Oh no. That the wooden asterisk belonged to the Noah Award.
Yeah.
Not SparkleCon. Cedar. No.
Yeah.
Oh, in other news.
The Muse is getting even with me,
Oh, good.
apparently.
Oh, good.
Okay, so if the wooden asterisk belonged to that particular disaster, for the Splurgle Con, can you get the wooden splooge?
In other news, Thursday, Jim will be here by himself for a bit.
Yeah.
Jonna and Cedar, and I think intern Steve version 1.0, Nick, will be off to Shreveport for GeekCon.
Yeah.
They'll be off there, and I am working a ton of overtime. So I get off at 3 o'clock on Thursday, and I will scoot over here, but I'm liable to be a little late. If I can get Deej to spell me a little early, I'll try to be here with.
Yeah. We've done this by ourselves before.
Shreveport. That's where I saw Star Trek 1 at when it first run.
Shreveport's a decent little town.
Yeah, but where I was at wasn't decent.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
So anyway, the Muse was apparently paying me back for poking fun at Doc.
Really?
Because I was poking fun at her about her. I've got this one scene I got to get out of my head 16,000 words later. It's another novel. Friggin' Muse jumped on me with both feet in this random set of characters. So I posted it this morning and I have no idea where the hell this one's going to go.
It's a romance.
No, it's not a friggin' romance.
Oh, so what you're saying is it's a Harlequin romance.
It's going to be something military science fiction, I think.
The thing about John De La Rose, Rice-A-Roni, I do owe him props because he was asked one time why during the whole videoing at Con's controversies. That's why he didn't video at LibertyCon. He said folks like Law Dog wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
So I got to give him props for that. However, he's hooked up with somebody who screwed me out of a shit ton of money. Did me pretty dirty on my first books. And has taken it upon himself to make life unreasonably difficult for a good friend of mine. Larry Correa is a good friend of mine. And John Del Raz used up his good faith when he got stupid with Larry. I'm a simple man. Larry's a good friend. I back Larry. And again, like I said, he's palling around with somebody who screwed me out of a shit ton of money. So he's used up his good with me. He originally got some attaboy points for recognizing that Law Dog would not want to be videoed at LibertyCon. So I gotta give him props for that. The rest of it,
Yeah.
My only thing about it is there's probably every con you go to, there's somebody there that has good reason, legitimate reason not to want to be on video.
Yeah.
Just because you are let's say a right-wing undercover spy for the FBI, doesn't mean that you don't want to go to WisCon as a civilian, non-working.
Frank was at WisCon.
Well, Frank might want to go to WisCon. I mean, he'd like to be around people with more testosterone than he's got.
Yeah, Jay Kenton. You're on your third novel of Simple Scene you had to write for another point of view. You're not quite up to John Van Stry's level.
Oh, no kidding. Poor John.
Wolfhounds was going to be a short story for an anthology.
Yeah, one of ours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It turned into a series.
Now it's coming up on the 5th book in the series.
So hurry up, John. Hurry up.
I have no idea where the hell this story is going to go. I tend to get bitched at a lot when I write either a short story or a novella because everybody wants, well, where's the rest of the story? You can only put so much in a short story or a novella.
Whenever you write a short story or a novella, doesn't matter who you are, there's that one fan out there. This is a great first chapter for a novel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cedar hears it every time
Oh,
she
yeah.
writes one.
Oh, it's there was one that somebody was probably on here. I was talking to Kat Stevens, Kat Ainsworth.
Yeah.
She's so many names about some stuff, and apparently one of our fans sent us a story. I think for a Cedar, one of Cedar's, and she sent it back saying this something along the lines of this is a good, this is a fantastic outline for a novel.
Yeah.
So I need to tag him. He might be on here. I need to tag him and say, hey, when your novel's done, let us know.
Yeah. Yeah, he's working on number 5 right now.
John's good, folks.
Yeah.
We're going to have big news, by the way. Raconteur Press is going to have big news out at the end of the month. If y'all aren't following the Substack, you might want to follow the Substack. We're going to announce the 2025 calendar and a couple other things. So,
Yes, RK, and I need a Cowboys or Cowgirls story from you for the library, please. And Differs, I'll take one from you too.
yeah, we're going to announce the upcoming insanity that is Raconteur Press at the end, towards the end of the month. We'll on Substack we'll have the calendar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Damn.
horrible.
Whose picture's going on the calendar?
Well, considering that Cedar was kind enough, we posted a picture of foxes in an airship, and there's another airship on fire and going down. And Cedar was kind enough to put a dragon on the
Yeah.
hull of the airship. So Who knows?
Yeah, maybe we can find baby pictures of Ian bare-butted. That would be a good cover photo.
There's actually a picture somewhere of me
Yeah,
in a diaper sighting a BB gun at a baboon.
I don't think so, Greg. I don't do those kind of pictures commercially. Oh, Cedar. Zardoz the second.
Actually, there's
Oh, with Jim.
No, with Ian.
Oh,
no, just no. The hell! I've had 2.5 hours of sleep, Jim. Oh, where was I? I completely lost what I was going. I had something to say, and I can't remember what the hell it was.
Oh, we broke him. Oh,
What the hell was I going to talk about?
I don't know.
where did we get that much red leather?
Jonna has connections.
No, I had something I was going to say, and I can't remember what the hell it was.
Oh,
No.
no, it's important to
gonna-
remember it
Huh?
after you go to bed.
Halfway through lunch, I'll remember what it is.
Yeah. Last week at the Dallas Zoo.
I was looking through some stuff, and I spotted my father's old Magnaware, gumbo pot.
It's a turkey pod.
It's a gumbo pot.
It's a turkey pod.
I was actually looking for. I've got a steamer trunk of all of the notebooks that I've written in since I was 18. Somewhere, I was looking for it, but I also think I've spotted the trash bag full of slides. Does anybody remember slides?
Oh, yeah.
Slide projectors. My father was a invertebrate slide taker, and somewhere there are slides of my misspent youth.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use them, grind them for propellant, because slides make great propellant. So I'm going to grind them up for propellant, and I take care of that little problem.
You can go online and look for Magnaware,
Original Magnaware,
original Magnaware pots, and you will see the turkey pot.
13-quart turkey roaster.
Yeah.
But every Cajun family out there had one, and it was used for gumbo.
Among other things. It's also used for turkeys.
I've never seen a turkey cooked in this one.
He gets the slides. We take them away from him before we grind them up,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
and we do a collage for the rack press.
I figure I can play card him into a fire and watch him go,
we do a collage for the rack press site.
because that's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of incriminating evidence on those slides.
Have them all digitized and spread them around.
Works for chili too. Yeah. The thing is, the old Magnaware stuff was done so well, and it was aluminum,
Aluminum, magnesium, it's
Yeah.
Magna.
but it was so well done that it fit, and it would not. It basically didn't leak because
Well,
the fit on the lid was so good.
The lid sealed without having to have any sort of rubber or a gumbo pot.
Yeah. Among other things.
It's a gumbo pot. Oh, Stair Step's got one.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Kermit, we need turkeys. That's on y'all.
Ian, I don't think the country where some of those slides are taken exists anymore. You are correct.
Yeah.
In a couple of ways, actually.
Statute of limitations is run and you were a juvie. Yeah, for one of the originals, I can see that, Brian.
For eBay for the original Magnaware, yeah.
Well, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about the accent.
Jim, I just thought of something. We don't need
I just
red leather.
linked
We
into
need red naga hide.
Save the Nagas. Oh, wait.
Oh,
Original
Jeez.
Magnaware 13-quart. It's a gumbo pot.
Yeah.
Just gonna throw that out there.
remember, don't sweat the fatty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. We will see you later.
Promises, promises.
Sit and stay. Y'all have a good week, folks.
Y'all be safe.
Bye-bye.
And again, I'm going to be late on Thursday.